Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Josh Matches, co-lead for Nasdaq's LGBT group, The Open. It's truly my great pleasure to welcome Google and William Floyd to the Nasdaq virtual closing bell ceremony. I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to some other Googlers, including members of its LGBTQ+ employee group, as well as their distinguished nonprofit guests. We're excited that you could join us from the crossroads of the world on the Nasdaq Tower in Times Square, New York, as we get set to ring today's closing bell. Nasdaq listed since 2004 and known throughout the world, we are certainly thrilled to have Google participate in Nasdaq's Pride Month celebration. Google's LGBTQ+ employee group is one of 16 employee resource groups at Google, representing tens of thousands of employees instrumental in fostering inclusion and advocating on behalf of communities. Reflecting back, Stonewall was a riot led primarily by transgender, queer, black, and brown LGBTQ+ people. This month's protests are important as LGBTQ+ equality has marched forward. It's our job to remember that marginalized communities must work together to continue the fight for equality for everyone. In Pride Month this year, we're focusing on solidarity and allyship with our Black+ community. Google's taken tremendous steps in building an inclusive workforce for everyone, as showcased by today's bell ringing. William, we are honored to have you here to celebrate Pride Month with us, and we look forward to celebrating many more milestones together in the future. We wish you much continued success. Now please join me in welcoming William for further remarks.
And thanks to everybody at Nasdaq for inviting Google and these two amazing community partners to join you today to celebrate Pride. This year's Pride is particularly important as it marks the 50th anniversary of the Christopher Street Liberation Day, the very first gay rights march to be held on the streets of New York. On June 28, 1970, a year after the Stonewall Uprising, several hundred LGBTQ activists, many of whom were trans, black, and brown, gathered in front of Stonewall to march, with the goal of promoting tolerance and to showing queers everywhere that you could be out and you could be proud. On that march northward to Central Park, they were joined by 2,000 New Yorkers and accompanied safely and peacefully by the NYPD, who just a year ago confronted them during the riots. This history is incredibly important to me because it shows that Pride's roots began as a protest, where injustice, prejudice, hate were met by solidarity, determination, and the simple idea that everyone, no matter their race, no matter their gender identity, no matter their background, had the same rights and humanities as other people. It's that idea right now that are animating people around the world to fight for racial equality. And it's in that spirit that I and Google, in honor of Pride's history, join those Black communities in thwarting structural racism and the quest for human rights. I'm joined today by two community partners, Callan Lord, a 50-year-old health center focused on the health and well-being of LGBTQ people in New York, and the Stonewall Community Foundation, one of New York's leading philanthropies, whose mission is to address homelessness, hunger, violence, and the needs of our youth. I'm incredibly grateful to be standing here with our community partners, and I'd like to thank you once again for giving us an opportunity to celebrate together and to ring the bell. Thank you, be well, and be safe.